On any given day of the week, you'll find countless anonymous fan pages on Twitter in the midst of chaos and drama. Whether it's Lady Gaga's Monsters quarreling with the Swifties or the Beehive feuding with Rihanna's Navy, there's never a dull moment. Most of the back and forth is pathetic and oftentimes downright psychotic. But if any war goes down as the most ruthless, it's between Nicki Minaj's Barbs and Cardi B's Barty Gang. Despite several years since the highly publicized beef between the two rappers, online tensions are still heavy. You'd think it was just yesterday that Cardi B threw her shoe at Minaj during the Harper's Bazaar Fashion Week after party. The insults these stans throw towards each other range from attacking each artist's physical appearance, their commercial success, and accusations of whether one is copying the other. In fact, Cardi B has been criticized for modeling her career after Nicki Minaj since 2017. In all honesty, few female rappers can evade such comparisons. Although there's some legitimacy to these claims, Cardi B has deliberately navigated stardom on a path all of her own throughout the years. In many ways, the two artists are one of a kind. They both offer music and entertain audiences in ways the other can't. In this video, we'll highlight how Cardi B differs from Nicki Minaj. We'll explore why having both rappers hold a place in the music industry is necessary. Overall, it'll be obvious that pitting the women against each other is outdated and entirely pointless. While some people may claim that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj make the same music, this is a superficial observation. Anyone familiar with Cardi's catalog can clearly identify the nuances between her sound and other rappers. It's important to bring up the Bronx native's backstory to understand her stylistic makeup. As many people know, her former job as a stripper influenced her early sonic choices. Coming out of the gate, Cardi's presence and lyrics in her songs were aggressive and confrontational. It's no wonder why she named her mixtapes Gangsta Bitch Music. In the first volume, the track Forever details how the animosity never ends when Cardi beefs with another woman.
You know me, I be with whatever. If a bitch be with me, we gon' be forever.
This tendency towards violence isn't surprising, as many people remember the star being cast as a member of VH1's Love and Hip Hop, where she was never too shy to physically fight on camera. The single Lick, her first collaboration with her now husband Offset, was intended to be a strip club banger. It's been some time since this early period of Cardi B's music career. However, the combative nature of her music is still a definitive quality that makes her stand out. Some may say it's being brazen, while others call it glorification of ratchetness. Regardless, whether you hear her verse in Glorilla's Tomorrow 2 or the infectious lines on Bodak Yellow, the intensity they elicit is hard to get from any other female rapper. Not only is Cardi bolder than many female rappers in her music, she's also much more vulgar.
Make that pussy crack a smile. Like your legs around that nigga, make him give your ass a child.
Of course, she's not the first woman to push the limit of sexually explicit content in hip-hop music. MCs including Lil' Kim, Trina, and Kaya were notorious for their rawness in the 90s and early 2000s. Yet, since Cardi B's debut, it'd been a while since a female rapper went to the lengths she has on records. When the superstar released WAP alongside Megan Thee Stallion in 2020, it became the nastiest single in mainstream rap since Kaya's My Neck My Back in 2002. Slate magazine even dubbed it as the dirtiest and most sexually explicit Hot 100 #1 of all time. In hindsight, it's mind-blowing to consider that such a song spent weeks atop several charts globally.
I want you to touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat.
And really, only Cardi B could accomplish such a feat. Another characteristic of Cardi's lyrics is that they are often funny. There's a comedic timing about the artist's music that makes it pleasantly lighthearted.
Tell that bitch that breath smell like horse sex.
Which emphasizes that she doesn't take herself too seriously.
Long ass sleep, it be tickling my ass crack.
Not that people really even need to be reminded, given her amusing online persona. Nevertheless, having Cardi's silliness translated into her lyrics is satisfying because it makes them more dynamic. Just like you can always bet on a caption or a quotable from her songs, you can also expect to laugh. If Cardi B's forcefulness and humor don't set her apart from other rappers, her Latino influences sure do. Before her arrival, the only other Latino rapstress who experienced mainstream success was Angie Martinez. Even then, Martinez's music career was short-lived and lost on most people. Luckily for Cardi, she rose to fame at a time when Latin music was gaining a resurgence. In 2018, I Like It featuring Bad Bunny and J Balvin demonstrated that the artist could churn out another monstrous single. It also proved that she wasn't a one-trick pony. Cardi has collaborated with Rosalia, Ozuna, and Anita throughout her career, showcasing that Latin music is a home she can always return to. With the abundance of female rappers who have sprouted in recent years, none have traversed cultures like Cardi B. This ability shouldn't be disregarded, as it gives a face to the overwhelmingly underrepresented Latino culture that is so influential in the United States. Someday, there'll be a new Latino female rapper that will dominate mainstream music, and Cardi B will have been one of the precedents for her to draw back from. One thing Cardi B is commended for most in her career is her propensity to work with other female rappers. Since the beginning, the star has made a concerted effort to collaborate with other women in hip-hop. This might have to do with her desire to dismantle the stigma and history of hostility between female rappers. In the 90s and early 2000s, it wasn't impossible to find women collaborating in rap music. However, it was rare. Audiences can recall the likes of Missy Elliott and Eve starring on Hot Boys, or Lil' Kim, Da Brat, Left Eye, and Angie Martinez working together on Ladies' Night. Most people recognize the 2010s as Nicki Minaj's monopolization in the industry, and as much as Minaj has done for females in hip-hop, it took nearly a decade for her to deliberately collaborate with another woman MC. On her fourth studio album, Queen, the song Coco Chanel features the legendary Foxy Brown. Still, aside from the messy rollout and controversy of Motorsport by Migos, Nicki Minaj, and Cardi B, the public hadn't witnessed a female rap unity single in almost decades. Just months later, and early in her career, Cardi B was guested on Twerk by the City Girls. The following year, she partnered with Megan Thee Stallion for the aforementioned international smash WAP, single-handedly the most commercially successful female rap collaboration in history. Since then, the artist has worked with Lizzo, Glorilla, Lotto, and others. These career moves shouldn't be viewed frivolously, as they help to reshape the narrative surrounding relations between women in hip-hop. Surely, Cardi B isn't the only one taking part in female camaraderie, as many other collaborations amongst women have come about recently. Nonetheless, the star seems to be the most committed to embracing her fellow contemporaries as she participates in the full rollout of a single, including offering an unforgettable verse, appearing in the music video, engaging in promotion, and performing live with her co-stars. Additionally, considering that many of these singles have become major hits, it encourages other female rappers to follow in her footsteps. If that's not evidence of Cardi B's influence in hip-hop, what is? There's a laundry list of critiques held against Cardi B. Some call into question the rapper's integrity as a songwriter. Others accuse the star of benefiting from payola. None of this scrutiny can be conclusively proven, and focusing entirely on these claims overlooks Cardi's strong suits. Undoubtedly, one area that Cardi never disappoints in is visuals. Unlike most artists who have taken years to acclimate to live performances, Cardi confirmed what a talented showman she was from the start. This makes sense. After all, Cardi was no stranger to entertaining audiences during her time as a dancer. And in a world where hip-hop performances can all too often be underwhelming and predictable, Cardi's presence is a breath of fresh air. It's one thing that her stage presence is enviable. It's another that she incorporates choreography and tries to make each performance different from the last. Moreover, the stage design and concepts Cardi leans on to complement her delivery showcase her intentionality. The way Cardi engages with fans is also worth noting, as she can sometimes make her way down to the crowd and channel their energy. Most importantly, the artist always has fun. This might consist of running up and down a venue barefoot or hosing herself down with a water bottle because of the heat. In any instance, the performer's excitement translates directly to the crowd, making it an all-around good time for everyone. Apart from performances, Cardi B's music videos have been consistently noteworthy throughout her career. One thing's for sure, when the rapper is set to release a visual for a single, it won't disappoint. Besides being dressed to kill, many of the music videos from Cardi are bound to be conceptual or have a distinct theme. For example, in Press, viewers follow a storyline where Cardi is imprisoned for murder. There are scenes of her being interrogated by police officers, taking part in the courthouse hearing, dodging news reporters, and eventually landing in a jail cell. There's also an accompanying epic choreographed scene with dozens of backup dancers. Of course, this is not the only time where audiences see Cardi showcasing her dancing skills. Along with the numerous outfit and set changes in the music video for Up, the artist can be seen executing a polished version of the popularized TikTok dance for the song. The visual for Money displays Cardi reenacting her days as an exotic dancer as she works her way up and down the pole. Moves that should never be understated because of the level of agility and flexibility they require. Most memorably, WAP includes 2 choreographed scenes which help elevate the already super stimulating visual to monumental status. It's worth pointing out Cardi B's performance skills on stage and in music videos, especially in a genre where men repeatedly get away with the bare minimum. But it's not only men she's upstaging. Before the rapper's era, female MCs rarely offered audiences rehearsed choreography. Viewers have last seen this production value and detail in female rap music videos in the works of Missy Elliott during the early 2000s. Since her debut, it's clear that Cardi has left an imprint on hip-hop, as performances by women in hip-hop have reached all new heights. The best thing an entertainer can do for the public is to play to their strengths. And Cardi B understands this well. She may not be the rapper listeners go to for a profound story or lyricism, but she is someone we look to for a spectacle. For those who pay attention, it's apparent that Cardi B has become a fashion darling. In fact, she's the only female rapper to grace the cover of US Vogue magazine. No one could have predicted her being so stylish initially, given that Cardi's fashion sense was unspecial and all over the place. Despite this, when the rapper became an international phenomenon, she underwent a complete reversal of her image. Instead of sporting uninspired and sometimes tacky outfits at events, she began walking red carpets with chic and tasteful looks. Still, the artist is never afraid to pull off a flamboyant look occasionally, making sure to keep things exciting and unpredictable. Be it a feathered headdress, a mask that covers the entirety of her face, or a heavy train, Cardi B loves to push the envelope. The best part of her openness is her sense of style that has range and versatility. In 2021, W Magazine stated that Cardi has become a muse to many fashion designers, including Thom Browne, Balenciaga, Schiaparelli, Jeremy Scott, and others. Less than a decade into her career, the most prestigious publications such as Harper's Bazaar, L'Officiel, and Vogue have already dedicated compilations spotlighting Cardi B's best looks over the years. This kind of recognition shouldn't be taken lightly, as the companies and designers she's been sought out by are not easily won over. While being a fashionista may not have a bearing on her songs, it accentuates her artistry. It makes fans anticipate her arrival at famous events, bringing attention back to her main product, the music. It also enhances the way she presents her music videos and performances. If Cardi continues on this path, it's not difficult to see her as a generational fashion icon, joining the ranks of Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Lil' Kim, Madonna, and countless others. Even considering all the reasons why Cardi B is necessary in hip-hop, there's one factor that people love her most for: her personality. Audiences can recall Cardi's rise to fame through her shameless social media presence. Before many people knew her as a musician, they came to adore her for her hilariously candid and boisterous persona. And even after all her fame and success, Cardi has stayed true to it. It's not unusual to come across the rapper singing a parody of a popular song.
No masturbation, yeah. Hold on. You don't break my hoe. You won't break my hoe.
Or going on a vicious rant against her haters.
That shit is so disrespectful. So disrespectful. That shit got me so hot.
But Cardi is not only online to amuse people and stir controversy. She has an earnest side as well. The star frequently chimes in about socio-political issues, utilizing her platform to bring awareness about topics her audience may not always be engaged in. Like when she interviewed Bernie Sanders during his presidential run, or when she was outraged about the issue of inflation. There's also a level of honesty that fans appreciate from her. For instance, Cardi B has never lied or misled the public about her cosmetic surgeries. She's also wholly embraced her past life as a dancer, never shying away from or downplaying the subject. What's more, the rapstress decided to embark on the journey of motherhood at the very moment her career was taking off. In spite of people's doubts and concerns for her future as an artist, Cardi B pulled off pregnancy and having children beautifully. Again, a feat that should never be trivialized, considering that examples of becoming a mother at the very beginning of one's music career are almost non-existent. Yet, Cardi B finished recording her debut album, performed at Coachella, and attended the Met Gala all while childbearing. It was a sign that nothing could get in the way of such an unstoppable force, or that Cardi B expertly personifies the famous "if life gives you lemons" quote. This is why the star will continue to leave her mark in hip-hop, because she does whatever she wants on her own terms. With the countless male rappers that hold so much space in the music industry, fans deserve more than a handful of mainstream women MCs. Therefore, audiences should be thankful for Cardi B and the level of success she has experienced over the years. Ultimately, a world with several superstar female rappers is always better than a world with only one. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. What are your thoughts about Cardi B's place in hip-hop? Do you agree or disagree with the sentiments provided? Lastly, what do you see for the future of her career?